Уважаемые участники, а также уважаемые наши гости, зарубежные гости с Всемирной организации ВОИС, представители, а также президент Евразийской патентного ведомства Григорий Петрович и другие наши коллеги с других стран. Мы очень рады приветствовать вас у нас в нашей замечательном Кыргызстане, а также в солнечном Бишкеке. Мы очень рады вашему присутствию здесь. Вы нам очень подняли, как сказать, наше настроение. Мы очень благодарны вам. И прежде чем перейти на наш региональный семинар, у нас по программе имеется церемония подписания соглашения между Государственным агентством интеллектуальной собственности и инноваций при Кабинете министров Кыргызской Республики и Евразийской патентной организации о сотрудничестве в области проведения информационного поиска и экспертизы заявок на выдачу патентов на изобретения. Мы просим нашего уважаемого Рахат Топчубаева и Григория Петровича на церемонию подписания. Спасибо. Сегодня исторический момент и знаменательную дату. Мы очень рады, благодарим наших участников. Если позволите, тогда, с вашего позволения, переходим на региональный семинар под названием «Трансформация интеллектуальной собственности. Действенный инструмент развития инновационной экономики». Данный семинар организован Всемирной организацией интеллектуальной собственности в сотрудничестве с Государственным агентством интеллектуальной собственности и инноваций при Кабинете Кыргызской Республики. Приветственное слово нашего директора Рахат Топчубаевны запланирован. Уважаемый Рахат Топчубаевна, предоставляется вам слово.
Рахмат, Ислам Жанышевич. Урматтуу кадырлуу коноктор, бүгүнкү ошо интеллектуалдык багытына арналган семинарга сиздерди келип катышып отургандарыңыздар үчүн чоң кубанычтабыз. Бул семинар, бул эл аралык форум чоң мындай максаттарга, чоң эшиктерге жол ачат деген үмүттөбүз. Анан кыргыз патентинин инновациялык багытындагы ишмердүүлүгү жөнүндө мен бир азыраак сиздерге презентация жасоого уруксаат этиңиздер. Инновациялык ишмердүүлүктү укуктук камсыздоо жөнүндө. Интеллектуалдык менчик жана инновациялар багытында 5 мыйзам иштеп чыгып кабыл алынды. Биринчи, интеллектуалдык менчик чөйрөсүндөгү Кыргыз Республикасынын айрым мыйзам актыларына өзгөртүүлөрдү киргизүү жөнүндө. Экинчи, товардык белгилер, тейлөө белгилери, географиялык көрсөткүчтөр жана товарлар чыгарылган жерлердин аталыштары. Үчүнчү, патент мыйзамы. Төртүнчү, автордук укук жана чектеш укуктар жөнүндө Кыргыз Республикасынын мыйзамына өзгөртүүлөрдү киргизүү жана Кыргыз Республикасынын айрым мыйзам актыларынын күчүн жоготуу деп таануу тууралуу. А бешинчиси, инновациялык иш жөнүндөгү чоң мыйзам. 2022-26 жылдары Кыргыз Республикасынын интеллектуалдык менчикти жана инновацияларды өнүктүрүүнүн мамлекеттик программасы бекитилди. Мамлекеттик программанын максаты 26 жылга карата Кыргыз Республикасынын интеллектуалдык менчиктин жана инновациялардын натыйжалуу экосистемасын калыптандыруу үчүн шарттарды түзүү болуп эсептелинет. Инновациялык инфратүзүмдү куруу жана өнүктүрүү боюнча Кыргыз патент тарабынан биринчи мамлекеттик инновациялык борбор ачылды. Инновациялык борбор ойлоп табуучулар, чыгармачылдар, стартаптар жана бизнес секторлорунун өкүлдөрү менен үзгүлтүксүз тажрыйба алмашуу, биргелешкен тренингтерди жана башка иш чараларды өткөрүү менен инновациялык процесстерди өнүктүрүү үчүн жагымдуу шарттарды түзүү болуп эсептелинет. Ошондой эле Кыргыз Республикасынын 30дан ашык билим берүү мекемелеринде креативдүү экономиканы өнүктүрүүгө, ишкерликти колдоого жана жаштар арасында стартаптарды түзүүгө багытталган бизнес инкубаторлор ачылды. Азыркы учурда бизнес инкубаторлор 1000ге жакын стартаптарды даярдоодо. Үчүнчү, интеллектуалдык менчиктин авторлору жана бизнес түзүмдөрүнүн өз ара аракеттенүүсү үчүн байланыш платформаларын түзүү максатында Кыргыз патент тарабынан Кыргызстандын 3 жогорку окуу жайларында технопарктар түзүлгөн. Бул технопарктардын кызматкерлерине биз ар тараптуу билимин жогорулатууга көмөк көрсөтүп келебиз. 5-чи слайдты коесуздарбы? Бүгүнкү күндө Кыргыз Республикасынын региондорунун экономикасын жана технологияларды өнүктүрүүгө багытталган инновациялык 40 райондон 40 инновациялык долбоору ишке ашырылууда. Конкурстун ар бир жеңүүчүсүнө 1 миллион сомго чейин каражат каралган. Быйыл 8 инновациялык долбоор тандап алынды жана каржыланды. Кыргыз патент 2015 жылдан бери стартаптарды инновациялык долбоорлорду колдоп келет. Баарыбызга белгилүү болгондой, жаңы технологиялар күндөн күнгө өсүүдө. Кыргыз патентта бул багытта жаңы технологияларды колдонуу менен өз ишин санариптештирүүдө. Демек, булар кайсылар болушу мүмкүн? Өтүнмөлөрдү электрондук түрдө берүү, түндүк ведомстволор аралык электрондук өз ара иреттешүү системасы, инфоком электрондук документ жүгүртүү системасы, адам ресурстарын башкаруунун маалыматтык системасы, кызмат дейбиз, колдонууга киргизилген, электрондук патент жана электрондук мамлекеттик реестрлер. Кыргыз патент интеллектуалдык менчиктин бүткүл дүйнөлүк уюмунун, Евразия патенттик уюмунун, Евразия патенттик ведомствосы менен интеллектуалдык менчик жана инновациялар багытында кызматташууну жүзүүгө ашырып келе жатышат. Ошону менен бирге Кыргыз патент интеллектуалдык менчик жана инновациялар чөйрөсүндө чет өлкөлүк уюмдар менен эки тараптуу мамилелерди өнүктүрүү ишин жүзөөгө ашырууда. Көңүлүңүздөрдү мен экрандагы слайдка бургум келет. Бул жерде биздин партнерлор жазылган. Россия интеллектуалдык менчик боюнча федералдык кызматы Роспатент, Роспатентке караштуу Россия мамлекеттик интеллектуалдык менчик академиясы, интеллектуалдык менчик улуттук администрация, бул Сингапурдун интеллектуалдык менчик боюнча ведомствосы, Индонезиянын интеллектуалдык менчик укуктары жана бизде АКШ дагы бир катар өлкөлөрдү мен экрандан карап көрүп турасыздар, биз кызматташкан өлкөлөрдү. Ошондой эле Беларусь Республикасынын интеллектуалдык менчик улуттук борбору, Корея интеллектуалдык менчик кеңсеси жана Корея ойлоп табуучулар алга жылдыруу боюнча ассоциациясы КИПА, Сауд Аравиясынын интеллектуалдык менчик боюнча ведомствосы, АКШ патент жана товардык белги боюнча ведомствосы, ошондой эле көптөгөн жакынкы жана алыскы чет өлкөлүк патенттик ведомстволор менен туруктуу негизде тыгыз өз ара мамилелерде иш алып барууда жана ишке ашырууда. Урматтуу коноктор, биздин ошо кыргыз патенттин 30 жылдык тарыхында айрыкча мына ошо дүйнө көз ирмемдерде бүгүн өзгөрүп жатканын баарыбыз сезип көрүп турабыз. Ошол эле учурда кыргыз патентте ошондой бир интеллектуалдык менчиктин жаңа объектилеринин бүгүн талаптарына жараша аракеттерди биз да көрүп жатабыз. Жана башында белгилений, биз 100 мамлекеттин катарына кириш дагы бул жакшы аракеттердин натыйжасы деп билебиз. Ошондой эле сиздерге окшогон биздин партнерлорубуз, башка өлкөлөрдүн биздин баягы патенттик кызматкерлер, жетекчилеринин дагы чоң салымы бар. Быйыл айрыкча өзгөчө кулаш жайдык. Мына Америка биздин кызматкерлерди стажировкадан өткөрүп берип атат. Бизде жаңы мыйзам кирген, географиялык көрсөткүчтөр деген. Ошол биз географиялык көрсөткүчтөр макамында ошол биз көп мындай тажрыйба алмашыбыз керек деп ойлойбуз келечекте. Ошондуктан келип катышып отурган биздин алыс жакындан келген биздин патент ведомствосунун жетекчилерине, кызматкерлерине чоң ыраазычылык билдиребиз. Көңүл бурганыңыздар үчүн чоң рахмат.
Спасибо, уважаемая Рахат Топчубаевна. Уважаемые участники данного семинара, у нас по программе обсуждения. Если есть какие-то вопросы по презентации нашего директора, мы готовы обсуждать с вами. Если нет вопросов, тогда позвольте переходить на другую тему. Это называется «Новая перспектива ВОИС в области управления интеллектуальной собственности на пути к более проектной деятельности с государствами-членами». Спикер у нас господин Хабиб Асан, директор отдела по странам с переходной экономикой и развитым странам ВОИС. Прошу.
Thank you very much again. I'm very pleased to be here. This is a joint event with WIPO and Kyrgyz Patent. And today I'm going to share with you what WIPO is doing regarding IP management. So this is like towards more project-based activities with member states. Actually, I just, of course, impressed with Mr. Director Rad's presentation. She showed that actually as Kyrgyz Patent is on the right track, and what they are doing here regarding legislation and IP strategy, collaboration with the universities, technoparks, digitization, international collaboration. This shows that actually what also, is very aligned what we are trying to do in WIPO also, these kind of activities. When we see WIPO, as you know, WIPO is a UN agency, one of the specialized UN agency, and the perception is a technical agency, one of the technical agencies. We are trying to change that perception as we are the innovation agency of the UN. To do that, of course, is not easy, and that's why we are trying to shift or transform our activities with member states, more practical projects on the ground. So-called, we call this, we want to demystify IP, and we want to have not standalone activities with member states, but more so-called project-based, real activities with member states. Before I proceed with my presentation, I just want to give you some very brief information about WIPO. You know it. Again, it's one of the 16 specialized agencies of the UN. We have like uniting 193 member states, and again over 370 accredited observers, over 1,700 employees, from 121 countries, and is very gender committed UN agency. For time being, 54.2% of WIPO staff is female, and the headquarters are in Geneva, Switzerland. I want to give you also some information about my division. I'm the director of the Division of Transition and Developed Countries, shortly as an acronym TDC. It is the largest, the biggest division in WIPO, regional division. I have 60 countries, and we have 3 sections. Central Asian, Eastern European section. Kyrgyzstan, of course, is in this section. Central European, Baltic states and Mediterranean countries in another section. And then the developed countries also is under my responsibility. The total 60 countries, so it's 1/3 of the whole UN system. So we provide support to improve the participation of member states in the international IP system. Some of the projects, as I said, we are trying to transform WIPO's activities to more project-based activities. Some of the examples, we are supporting innovators, communities, enterprises, startups, R&D institutions, as Kyrgyz Patent is doing here, and academia with practical backing and projects on the ground. I'll give you some examples later. Facilitating nations' IP strategies, development, adjustment, and implementation. Also, we are working with and will be working with Kyrgyz Patent also to implement the IP strategy 2022-2026. Inclusivity is very important with new WIPO vision, support of youth and gender projects, SME support services, IP offices, and IP professional support initiatives. Technoparks and technology transfer support units, we have projects in this area. GI, geographical indication promotions, and promotion and adaptation of WIPO tools and services. Again, I will mention about this later in my presentation. And also, of course, developing and implementing capacity building and technical assistance cooperation. Of course, as usual, always we are having roving seminars and webinars. Why IP is important for economic growth? I just want to share with you one important figure or study. It was done in the European Union, the IP and economic performance correlation. This is in Europe from 2017 to 2019, all the jobs created, or employment is coming 30%, 29.7%, almost 30% of this new jobs, employment, is coming from IP-intensive industries. So this is that important so if you want to decrease the unemployment, you should pay more attention. You should use IP as a tool. And second example, important example, is that GDP generated in Europe from 2019 to 2017 to 2019, in 2 years, almost 47% of this GDP is generated by, again, IP-intensive industries. So almost half of the wealth you generate is coming from IP-intensive industries. Again, like export is very, very important for countries. And again, exports of goods and services, the SMEs or companies who are using IP effectively in their business, their exporting capacity is 80% more than the one that who are not using IP as a tool. So this is IP is this important. I think this is enough to show the importance of IP for the economic development of the countries. So WIPO's new vision is a world where innovation and creativity from anywhere are supported by IP for the good of everyone. and the mission is to develop a balanced and effective IP ecosystem from which sees IP act as a powerful catalyst with jobs, investments, business growth, economic development, and social vibrancy in every part of the world. So that's why we call this IP is not something only vertical IP experts can understand. Like in this room, we are IP experts, but we want the all segment of the society can understand and can use IP to scale up their business, to improve their business, and to use it for the economic growth of the country. So we say that IP is more horizontal, not vertical. So as I said at the beginning, our new approach is to transform our activities to more project-based approach. And now we are working on new biennium 2024-2025 member states. We are having meetings. We had some meetings during the GA in July, but again in the last quarter of this year, we will have some more activities with you, and we will have bilateral projects. We are trying to transform these activities mostly as a project-based activities. When we say, what is the benefit of project-based activities? First of all, with this, we are bringing IP on the ground. So our new direction is on bringing IP on the ground, meaning making IP more accessible and understandable for everyone, not just only IP experts, patent attorneys, trademark experts, but for everyone. And also improved coordination, collaboration, close cooperation with member states to develop and implement impact-focused project that member states, the companies, they can use IP, SMEs as a catalyst as a financial asset in TDC region. And we want to have a focus, we focus on the result-based strategy. These are like clever, we want to deliver projects which have impact at the end of the implementation. And of course, flexibility and adaptability is also very important. When we say projects, we mean that we cover a broad spectrum based on member state needs and beneficiaries. We work with you, and we have like need assessment, and then when we decide on the projects. These are time-bound projects, not like one standalone activities. They can start from 6 months to 1 year, 2 years. Clearly defined beneficiary groups, intensive delivery, trainings and mentoring. It has different phases. Resolute focus on impact on the ground, and the sustainability is very, very important. I want to give you some examples of these projects what we are having with member states. One of them is like in the SEPS region, we have the regional edition of the global WIPO training, mentoring and matchmaking program on IP for women entrepreneurs. This project started at the beginning of this year, and 22 women entrepreneurs from the SEPS countries in Europe. We are in the traditional textile business, and we had our first event in Geneva in March of this year. It was an on-site practical workshop, and it lasted 5 days. And we trained them in this workshop with experts. And then now the mentoring phase of this project is going on, and it will continue till January 2024. And also 2-day on-site booster session and exhibition to take place in Geneva early next year in 2024 January. So by the end of the project, all the participants will have tailored strategies for growing their business. So we are teaching them how they use IP, branding, patenting, design, filing, and commercialization their IP. Another project I want to share with you is this is the video game development, a quest for IP project. This project is also successfully launched and implementing the video game development. And for time being, there is a web page, LinkedIn group, close to 1,000 members, and level 02 podcasts and power-ups are already available. You can reach these resources. And for time being, IP clinics are ongoing and several informal meetings were held. And the project closing will be early in December. So these, as you see, these are not only one-time activity, but they are more than 6 months, and they have different phases: mentoring, coaching, IP clinics. So these are real projects. The third example is the one that you already know. This is what we are doing with the European Asian Patent Organization with my colleague Ivliev together. The project was developed in the cooperation with the Eurasian Patent Organization. And we had our first event in April 2023 this year in Astana, and the second event was in August here in Bishkek. And here we are trying to help technoparks how they can use IP, the proper IP management of technoparks. So these are some of the projects, but we have more. And with member states, especially for the next biennium, we are trying to have more this kind of real projects. And also I want to mention a little bit about WIPO's work in promoting innovation, creativity, and sustainable development. Besides these projects, or during these projects, we are also using some tools and methodologies. They are being developed in WIPO technical sectors, like IP diagnostic tools, startup guides. So we are developing in these tools and methodologies. And another important point is we want to help IP offices to transform IP offices to more like innovative IP offices. When we say innovative IP office, from the presentation of Director Rahat, we can see that Kyrgyz patent is a very good example, because the classical IP offices just receive applications and it's a registration office. When you have this kind of innovation center here, and when you have this collaboration with universities, with startups, with entrepreneurs, with technoparks, so IP office is not just registering IP, but also helping SMEs, universities, technoparks, entrepreneurs, how they can bring their products to the market. So this is what also we are trying to promote in WIPO with member states. And also IP-backed finance is another important area we are working. In IP-backed finance, we are trying to help member states how they can have a system in the country. The banks can accept IP valuation as a collateral, and then they can use their so-called valuation as a collateral, and they can finance their they can find venture capital, and they can finance their IP, their products. So these are some of the so-called tools and methodologies that we developed already in WIPO: IP diagnostic tools, SME support services, startup guides. So we are implementing these tools in different projects with the member states. WIPO Green is another very important initiative. This is, as you know, sustainable development goals is very, very important in UN agenda. So-called Agenda 2030. We are 7 years, away, and the time is running out. There are these 17 sustainable development goals of UN. One of them is 9, which is very related IP and innovation, but all of them are very, very important. So WIPO Green is a platform in WIPO where some companies, in some countries, they upload their patents in this platform, and then we help. And in other part of in the developing part of in Africa or in different part of the world, we try to pair this technology with the needed part of in the countries, and then also this some kind of private public partnership, and in the local companies also, SMEs also get involved. It's a very important international collaboration. Also, we are ready to study the feasibility in Kyrgyzstan regarding this WIPO Green initiative. This is my last slide. I already mentioned about this, using IP, backed finance, using your IP, because reaching money is getting more and more difficult. The interest rates are going up, inflation is very high, to reach money is very, very costly. And that's why SMEs, companies, if they have IP but they don't have money and they cannot borrow money cheap, if they can use their IP as a collateral after valuation system, then they can replace the need of money with their IP valuation, and by this way they can finance their innovation, their startup. They can grow their business, and this is one of the priority areas WIPO is working in this fund. Just as a last point, tomorrow I'm leaving for Slovakia, and WIPO Director General also, Darentang, will be there. There is this Tatra Summit, and one of the first time, this is an economic forum, but first time in this summit, there will be an IP-backed finance panel. So this will be discussed there. Almost all of the European Development Bank CEOs will be there. So we are trying to facilitate how this kind of system can be developed, this ecosystem can be developed in member states. So this concludes my presentation, and thank you very much for your attention. I'm ready to take any question you may have.
Спасибо, уважаемый Хабиб Асан. Была очень информативная, содержательная презентация. Мы благодарим. Обязательно, мы все понимаем, без интеллектуальной собственности и раньше, и в настоящее время невозможно представить развитие наших стран. Уважаемые участники, если есть вопросы, мы готовы. Есть желающие? Да, пожалуйста, Григорий Петрович.
Я бы хотел поблагодарить Хабиба Асана за такую большую программу и особенно за проект по технопарку. На нашем евразийском пространстве этот проект очень успешен. Участвует много технопарков, не только те, которые мы финансируем для участия, но и много других желающих. Поэтому просим продолжить этот проект на территории Евразии, и мы будем этому содействовать в полном объеме.
Спасибо, Григорий Петрович. Да, Ермол Хамович, пожалуйста.
Mr. Habib Hassan, thank you for your excellent presentation. Could we receive this presentation slides for our analyze division?
Sure, we can share it today. My colleague will share it, yeah.
Teşekkür ederim.
Спасибо, Ермол Хамович. Еще есть желающие? Спасибо. А вопрос есть? Пожалуйста.
Добрый день, уважаемые.
Представьтесь, пожалуйста.
Да, я директор Национальной инженерной технической академии. Значит, мы работаем со школьниками. У меня к вам вопрос такого характера. В принципе, мы тоже создаем технопарки, ну, такие детские. И какова будет возможность вот вместе с вами поработать нашим ребятам вот именно в этом технопарке, потому что вы сами понимаете, что у нас бюджет очень маленький, имеется в виду, а мы хотели бы ну, немножечко с вами поработать, потому что у нас есть 13 патентов государственных, которые надо реализовывать, и, естественно, есть такие возможности, если у вас такие возможности работы именно с детскими технопарками.
Thank you very much. This is very good question. I want to thank you, Madam, for this question. Actually, in my presentation, I mentioned two things. One of them was like more project-based approach, new WIPO, projects on the ground, not only just seminars. And the second one was the inclusivity. When we say inclusivity, so IP should be not like, you know, our experts field, but also for children, for the youth, for the women, for the SMEs. So children also is one of our target area, and we are ready to also to collaborate with you, to work with you. And my colleague here, they will take the note, and we will contact you in this case, and how we can help you, how we can collaborate in this regard. Thank you very much.
Спасибо. Жаркын Базановна наш активный партнер, мы национальный участник, мы постоянно вместе работаем, развиваем интеллектуальную собственность. Спасибо, Жаркын Базановна. Еще есть желающие? Если желающих больше нет, у нас технически, у нас, уважаемые участники, есть онлайн выступающие. Технически наша служба готова, да, онлайн подключение? Если тогда наши готовы, тогда позвольте переходить на следующую тему. У нас долгосрочное сотрудничество и шаг вперед. У нас спикер госпожа Элизабет Уэрк, директор отдела экономического сотрудничества и торговли и ЭКОН. Пожалуйста.
Many thanks, and distinguished audience, you can see and hear me, correct? Yeah? Wonderful. Distinguished guests, excellencies, directors, deputy directors, and dear colleagues, it's really a great pleasure for me to join you online from Geneva, and thank you for the possibility to deliver my remarks in English. On behalf of the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, UNECE, I'd like to start by extending our heartfelt congratulations to Kyrgyzstan on the occasion of your 30th anniversary. That's a real milestone. A milestone that represents 3 decades of unwavering dedication to the nurturing and fostering of innovation, and in this context also to the protection of intellectual property rights in the Kyrgyz Republic. We know how important innovation is, and I think the previous speaker has already alluded to this. How important innovation is for economic development. It's crucial. It's crucial for a landlocked country like Kyrgyzstan that strives to develop economically, that strives to grow its trade and investment ties and to integrate its economy into regional and global value chains. And we know how important innovation is for today's multi-crisis world, for addressing the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. And throughout these 30 years, Kyrgyzstan has played a pivotal role in advancing innovation, in fostering creativity, and in upholding the principles of intellectual property law. Your commitment to ensuring that intellectual property rights are respected and enforced has surely contributed to the growth of your nation's knowledge-based economy, and in so doing, to the economy at large. And distinguished audience, your role will surely remain very, very important in today's world where we are facing this multiple crisis. The cumulative societal and economic impact of the pandemic, war-related disruptions to global energy and agricultural market, economic uncertainty from high inflation, from rising national debts, and as I mentioned before, the triple planetary crisis of global warming, biodiversity loss, and pollution. At the United Nations General Assembly, at the UN SDG Summit, just a few recently, leaders have discussed the lack of progress on achieving the SDGs, the 17 development goals, and I think also the previous speaker has just alluded to this. And I'd like to remind you here of SDG 9, the SDG on infrastructure, on industry and innovation. That's really an SDG about building resilient infrastructure, promoting sustainable industrialization, and very importantly for all of you, fostering innovation. I hope that jointly we can work to achieve this goal. Now at UNECE, we have very much appreciated the cooperation and the collaboration we had with Kyrgyz Patent, and we very much look forward to continuing doing so and to build on the successes we have jointly achieved. So let me speak a little bit about this cooperation. The fruitful and long-term cooperation between UNECE and Kyrgyz Patent, it has yielded significant benefits, particularly in the field of innovation for sustainable development. And in fact, our cooperation dates back for many years, more than 20 years. And I think in the early time, we already co-organized the sub-regional conference on IP evaluation and enforcement in Bishkek. Now, Kyrgyz Patent has been very much engaged not only in terms of bilateral cooperation with UNECE, but also in our multilateral work here in Geneva, where we develop international good practice on innovation policy. This normative work is one of the pillars of UNECE activities. And in recognition of this role, Ms. Aysilu Mustapakulova, head of the innovation department at Kyrgyz Patent, has just been elected to serve on the bureau of our Committee on Innovation, Competitiveness and Public-Private Partnerships. So let me take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of UNECE for your leadership on this important body here in Geneva. Now, let me share a few more highlights of cooperation and what we have jointly achieved in the past. First, and very importantly, the Innovation for Sustainable Development Review for Kyrgyzstan. In 2019, UNECE and Kyrgyz Patent strengthened together and joined hands to produce the first ever Innovation for Sustainable Development Review for Kyrgyzstan. This review assessed the country's innovation ecosystem. It identified strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and it provided very concrete recommendations for enhancing innovation and sustainable development. And at UNECE, we are happy to hear that many of the recommendations have already been implemented and that there has been a request for a follow-up review this recent summer. Related to the Innovation for Sustainable Development Review, and there is the development of the roadmap. Following the completion of the review, UNECE continued to support by helping Kyrgyz Patent to develop a comprehensive roadmap of reform. This roadmap outlines steps and actions necessary to implement the recommendations from the review, and it serves some sort of a guiding document to align the country's policies and initiatives with sustainable development goals. In this regard, it's also important to mention the establishment of the Innovation Center. As a very tangible outcome of our cooperation, an innovation center was established in Bishkek. And UNECE and international experts are playing an important role to support this center and have done so in setting up the center. But there's much more in the field of capacity building. The cooperation between UNECE and Kyrgyz Patent has also included capacity building activities, workshops and training programs. And these initiatives, I'm confident to say that they have strengthened the skills and capabilities of the national stakeholders, including government officials, entrepreneurs, researchers, always with the objective to foster innovation and sustainable development. Now, let me also share a few successes of our cooperation at the sub-regional level. And here I would like to talk about SPECA. SPECA, that's the United Nations Special Program for the Economies of Central Asia. That's a program, a sub-regional program that is jointly serviced by UNECE and UNESCAP. Most recently, UNECE supported the program by producing a handbook on innovative high-growth enterprises and a handbook on business incubators in the SPECA sub-region, and a handbook on innovative policies. So 3 handbooks being provided. And we have also established a network of business incubators and accelerators. And again, I think that matches very well the priorities identified by Mr. Hassan, Director of the Division for Transition and Developed Countries at WIPO. You also spoke about the importance of business incubators and so forth. Now, I'm confident that cooperation between UNECE and Kyrgyz Patent has contributed to the sustainable development of Kyrgyzstan, and we are committed to continuing to do so. Let me give you a few examples of what is in the pipeline for us to do, and specifically the role of business incubators for sustainable development. Business incubators are so important because they can contribute to economic growth, job creation, innovation, and environmental responsibility. And supporting entrepreneurship is so important today in this world. And Kyrgyz Patent, by combining responsibility for innovation policy and the protection of intellectual property rights, you're really ideally placed to support business incubators, entrepreneurs, and startups. And again, we've done things jointly in the past. Let me just flag that in July 2023, this year, a study tour of representatives from Kyrgyzstan went to Georgia with the aim of learning more about the Georgian innovation ecosystem and about the effective support that Georgia is providing to business incubators. So I think that's a real learning between countries in a very, very practical way. Now, how can business incubators support sustainable development? First, business incubators can support entrepreneurship and job creation. Second, business incubators are very important to support exports and internationalization. Third, business incubators are crucial for innovation and technology transfer. Fourth, very important to think about access to finance. And I think, again, we've just heard so before from the speaker, business incubators can actually often assist startups in accessing finance and finance opportunities. They can help entrepreneurs secure capital. They can enable businesses to scale up and create more significant impact on the economy and ultimately leading to sustainable development. And I think Kyrgyz Patent, you do have programs that help startups access funds. And I would like, again, to commend you for that. Now, fifth, business incubators can support capacity building and training. And very importantly, business incubators can also support specifically women entrepreneurs. And women empowerment is very important for the UN. And we really work to ensure that sustainable development involves ensuring that all segments of society, including women, can participate in economic activities. And so here, business incubators have an important role. And I'm delighted that in June this year, UNECE organized a policy dialogue with the aim of discussing the challenges and opportunities for female entrepreneurs in the Speaker sub-region. And I think that was also of great relevance to your community. Now, 7, business incubators can help community development. And I understand Kyrgyz Patent is not only supporting business incubators in the capital, but also you have many diverse programs to support entrepreneurs in the regions. And I think it's really, really important to support local businesses in the regions, not only in capital. And finally, an overarching point, number 8, business incubators are really important for sustainability practices and sustainability solutions. In fact, many of the new businesses, many of the startups, they have a focus on sustainability and on social responsibility. And business incubators now, they support these startups to adopt these more sustainable, more green business practices and to develop products with lower environmental footprint. That's very much in line with UNECE's priorities on green transformation and on sustainable economic development and the circular economy. Now, where do we go from here? To close my presentation, we have a lot in the pipeline for our cooperation jointly with you, distinguished audience, and specifically with Kyrgyz Patent. And here I would like to flag a few. I've already mentioned the possibility of another country-specific review on innovation for sustainable development. That would be a follow-up review to what we have done jointly. And in that review, we could really document and shed light on the progress you have achieved. We could sort of like assess what you have achieved and chart the way forward. So I think that's a very, very useful exercise which we could embark on. We could do also a regional review. I've already referred to the possibility of an innovation policy outlook for the region of Central Asia. We have done so for other regions, for the South Caucasus region, for example. And in this regard, we've also cooperated very, very well with colleagues from World Intellectual Property Organization. And I'm sure there is space to do things together. We are at the moment in close contacts with donors, bilateral, multilateral donors, to mobilize the funding for this work stream. Now, immediately, I'd like to flag with you the upcoming fourth session of the SPECA Working Group on Innovation and Technology, scheduled for mid-October in Tashkent in Uzbekistan, so not so far away for you. And I invite you all cordially to join. This Working Group on Innovation session will be part of InnoWeek in Tashkent. And I think this will be a really unique opportunity for exchanging best practices, for creating networks, for creating linkages on the important topic of innovation. Here again, we'll have a special focus on business incubators. Kyrgyz Patent has for long supported this working group. I think you have in the past chaired it and hosted it. So we very much look forward to continuing that cooperation and this time to welcoming you in Tashkent. Second, later in the year, end of November, 22nd, 23rd in November, we will have the UNECE team of specialists on innovation and competitiveness here in Geneva. Here we will specifically look at transformative innovation, innovation that transforms societies and economies. And again, we look forward to welcoming you here. And in between InnoWeek in Tashkent and the TOS team of specialists of innovation in Geneva, we also will have a training in Israel for early stage startups together with Mashav. And we will be bringing colleagues from Kyrgyzstan to Israel to benefit from this training on early startups there. So that will happen from 5th to 9th of November with Mashav jointly in Israel. So in sum, there is a lot we are doing jointly on innovation which is so crucial for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And I would like to close by congratulating once again Kyrgyz Patent for the amazing work you are conducting, for the progress you have achieved. And I would like to thank you for the excellent cooperation. And here at UNECE, we stand ready to continue this cooperation. And we are also very pleased in this regard to cooperate with colleagues from WIPO and other international organizations. I think it's together that we can stand up and meet the challenges of today's world, and that we can harness the power of innovation for meeting the Sustainable Development Goals. So many thanks for inviting UNECE to your deliberations here today. And back to you, moderator, to the floor. Thank you.
Спасибо, уважаемая госпожа Элизабет. Мы очень рады и благодарим за теплые слова и поздравления. Также мы действительно с вами давно, очень давно и тесно сотрудничаем в области там бизнес-инкубаторов и по другим вопросам, и реализуем много идей, проектов вместе с вами. И мы поддерживаем как двухсторонние, так и многосторонние сотрудничество. Спасибо вам.
Thank you.
Уважаемые коллеги, у нас обсуждение. Если есть вопросы, мы готовы. Есть у вас вопросы?
Можно я слово возьму?
Давайте. У нас на линии, да, техническая служба, Элизабет? Ага.
У меня скорее не вопрос, а комментарии. Пользуясь случаем, имею в виду, что я сегодня первый раз беру слово. Я хочу присоединиться к поздравлениям от лица фонда Сколково и поздравить вас с юбилеем.
Представитесь, пожалуйста, для народа.
Максим Прокш, фонд Сколково. И пожелать успеха, процветания, тем более отрадно, что такое большое международное мероприятие происходит в инновационном центре. А инновационный центр для нас это та точка, где очень сильно соприкасаются технологии и интеллектуальная собственность. И я хотел бы вернуться к выступлениям коллег, которые говорили о большом влиянии технопарков и бизнес-инкубаторов на работу с инновационным сообществом, потому что именно в таких точках в первую очередь с инноваторами и предпринимателями начинают говорить о том, как нужно им охранять свои инновационные продукты. Прежде чем выпустить продукцию в массовое потребление, им обязательно нужно подумать о том, каким образом, каким способом им следует эти идеи свои сохранить, как охранять и как взаимодействовать с патентными ведомствами. И поэтому то внимание, которое уделяет и Всемирная организация интеллектуальной собственности, и коллеги из отдела экономического сотрудничества и торговли ООН именно вопросом взаимодействия инноваций, инноваторов и институтов, которые занимаются управлением интеллектуальной собственности, оно позволяет надеяться, что все то, что наши будущие инноваторы придумают, оно все будет надежно защищено и будет, собственно, управляться в соответствии с теми рекомендациями, которые мы здесь все вместе обсуждаем и вырабатываем. Спасибо.
Спасибо большое. Если других вопросов нет, уважаемые гости, уважаемые участники, я должен с вами один момент согласовать и получить ваше разрешение. У нас по программе кофе-брейк, если вы не против, после китайской практики преобразования и использования интеллектуальной собственности, может быть, после этого выйдем в кофе-брейк. Вы не против, да? Спасибо. Тогда, с вашего позволения, у нас следующий спикер господин Бин Ма, заместитель директора Департамента содействия и использования интеллектуальной собственности Китайской Народной Республики. Пожалуйста.
Distinguished Ms. Rehan Baywan, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all. It is a great pleasure to communicate with you today with the title of China's Practice of Intellectual Property Transformation and Utilization on Boosting Innovation. I would like to share Chinese experience in 3 aspects. The requirements for innovation-driven development for IP, the measures for promoting innovative development through the utilization of IP, and the vision for Chinese IP utilization ecosystem. Part 1, IP requirements for innovation-driven development. The report of 12th National Congress of Communist Party of China emphasized that the legal protection of IPR should be strengthened and a basic system to support all-round innovation should be formed. The Chinese government attaches great importance to intellectual property, and in response to the need of innovative development and the market economy, Chinese patent law has undergone 4 revisions, forming a series of new regulations such as open licensing and the property rights incentives to promote the utilization of patents. The law of the People's Republic of China on promoting the transformation of science and technology achievements also encourages the utilization of IP produced by science and technology projects and the pledge financing of IP. In 2021, Chinese issued an outline to build an IP powerhouse and the National IP Protection and Utilization Plan for the fourth five-year plan period, showing a magnificent blueprint for the development of China's IP industry in the next 15 years. The outline makes special arrangements for the construction and IP market mechanism that stimulates innovation and development, covering various aspects such as serving innovation subjects, promoting industry development, and enhancing market vitality. The plan also makes relevant arrangements for improving the institutional mechanism for the transfer and transformation of IP and improving the efficiency of transformation. This is part one. Part two, measures to promote innovative development through IP utilization. Focusing on the implementation of the outline and the deployment of plan, we have adopted a series of new measures in guiding the main players, building systems, and promoting industrial development. Firstly, for the three types of innovative entities of enterprises, university and scientific research institutions, we provide full coverage of guidance and service through policy guiding, demonstration effect, and service supply. Working with the other departments, CNIPA formulated the guidance on promoting high-quality development in IP of central state-owned enterprises and SMEs. CNIPA also fostered more than 8,000 IP pilot and demonstration enterprises. CNIPA introduced national standards for enterprise IP compliance management, promote enterprises to establish and improve IP management systems in order to prevent IP risks and realize the full value of IP. CNIPA formulate and promote international standards on the integration of innovation management and IP management, guide the innovative entities to integrate the IP management system into the whole process of innovation. With Ministry of Education and other departments, CNIPA formulated opinions on improving the quality of patents and universities and research institutions to promote the IP transformation. At the end of 2022, the number of Chinese enterprises with valued invention patents has reached 355,000. The share of valued invention patents owned by three main players: university, colleges, research institutions, and enterprises in China, increased to 95.8% in 2022. Secondly, we build systems to promote commercialization. CNIPA guide 30 provinces to implement the Special Patent Transformation Plan, promoting the transformation of patents from universities and research institutions to SMEs. In 37 major cities, the IP service system has been set up to build regional pioneers for IP commercialization. Focusing on IP trading, financing, and other special functions, 12 IP platforms were built. We also support the construction of 66 industrial IP commercialization centers in key industrial areas. In order to provide basic support for transformation and the utilization of patents, CNIPA, together with other government departments, formulated the recommended national standard guidelines for patent evaluation, which has been approved for publication and implementation.
У нас технический, да?
Okay.
Продолжаем.
In order to provide basic support for transformation and utilization of patents, CNIPA, together with other government departments, formulated the recommended national standard guidelines for patent evaluation, which has been approved for publications and implementation. The guidelines establish a set of patent value analysis and evaluation index system, scientifically guiding patent value assessment in different scenarios, which can be used by different kinds of entities. In 2022, the number of patent transfer, license, and pledges has reached 507,000, which is 5.6 times higher than in 2012. Import and export volume of IPR royalties has reached 387 billion yuan, 3.5 times higher than in 2012. Working with other departments, we optimize IP pledge registration and information inquiry services and guide financial institutions to develop special products for IP pledge financing. The scale of IP pledge financing in China has been growing rapidly, with a growth rate of more than 40% in the past 3 years. The financing amount in 2022 reached 486 billion Chinese yuan, benefiting more than 18,000 SMEs, accounted for over 70% of all benefited enterprises. IP investment funds, securitization, and insurance are emerging. Local governments in China have set up more than 20 IP funds for key industries, raising 4.8 billion yuan and investing in more than 150 projects. the Shanghai and the Shenzhen Stock Exchange issued 104 IP securitization products, raising a total of more than 23 billion yuan. The IP insurance product service has been continuously improved, covering patents, trademarks, and geographical indications, provide 28,000 enterprises with risk protection of 110 billion yuan. Working with WIPO, we will soon complete the national report on intellectual property financial services report to share Chinese experience internationally. Thirdly, foster industries to facilitate in development. We focus on serving innovative economy, brand economy, and characteristic economic development, and provide standard tools for industry patent navigation and explore the identification of patent-intensive products. We build trademark and trademark band guidance stations all over the country, carry out thousands of enterprises and 100 cities trademark brand value enhancement action, and jointly host China Brand Day activities with other government departments. Continue to implement the projects to promote the utilization of geographical indications, organize geographical indications to help rural revitalization, carry out the links and guidance of key geographical indications, release typical case complications. In 2021, the added value of patent-intensive industries nationwide reached 14.3 trillion Chinese yuan, a year-on-year increase of 17.9%, accounted for 12% of GDP. The value of Chinese brands and the output value of GI products have continued to rise. According to the WIPO's report, among the top 5,000 brands in the world, the value of Chinese brands have reached 1.9 trillion yuan. There are more than 12,000 market entities using special geographical indications in China, and the annual direct output value of products exceeds 700 billion Chinese yuan. Based on the data we have, we can see the utilization of IP has been enhanced effectively, and the IP commercialization has been accelerated. With smooth circulation and financial empowerment, IP transformation contributes a lot to the economic development. Part 3, Vision of IP Utilization Ecosystem in China. Looking to the future, we are willing to work together with international organizations and other countries in exchanging experience and learning from each other in order to accelerate the establishment of IP utilization ecosystem, promote innovation-driven development by a high-level IP system, contribute to the global IP system with Chinese strengths, and create new engine of economy growth with innovation and creation. That's my presentation. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Спасибо большое, господин Бинма. Всем было интересно, очень такой огромные цифры, огромная практика у вас. Уважаемые участники, если есть вопросы, прошу. Григорий Петрович.
Уважаемые коллеги, китайская практика работы с интеллектуальной собственностью интересна для всего мира. Она очень специализирована и она очень результативна. Мы предлагаем продолжить это обсуждение подобной практики в рамках всего евразийского сообщества. Мы сейчас в декабре проводим такое мероприятие, которое мы называем IP Евразия Индия, когда предприниматели, патентные поверенные и патентные эксперты Индии и всех стран Евразии будут обсуждать практику реализации интеллектуальной собственности. Мы просим китайских коллег рассмотреть вопрос о возможности такого общеевразийского мероприятия по работе с китайской практикой. В 1994 году мы готовы содействовать этой организации в рамках евразийского пространства в любом месте от Белоруссии и до Киргизии.
Спасибо, Григорий Петрович. Есть еще вопросы?
Как они относятся к такому предложению? Как вы, господин Ма, относитесь к такому предложению?
Oh, okay, thank you for your invitation. We will take your news to our leader. Okay, thank you.
I should say very thank you for your comment on our slides. And regarding your proposal, we will take back the proposal to our management as soon as we get back to the home country. And we can discuss this issue on the working level after that.
Спасибо большое, спасибо. У нас по программе, как мы с вами согласовали, в настоящее время кофе-брейк. Приглашаем всех кофе-брейк. Но прежде чем перейти, предлагаю фото здесь у нас на фоне нашего экрана. Приглашаем всех. Спасибо.
Ay bulbulum, köngülü baktın başında. Ay bulbulum, köngülü baktın başında. Canır gidip sayrap kuvvat verip mukam önün attanda. Canır gidip sayrap kuvvat verip mukam önün attanda. Ay bulbulum, kundar atıp danata. Ay bulbulum, kundar atıp danata. Hırlarından senin öngüler gip sağınıcın taratat. Hırlarından senin öngüler gip sağınıcın taratat. Ay bulbulum, sırdaşımsın aktanda. Ay bulbulum, sırdaşımsın aktanda. Ay bulbalan sırrın hiçbir canla bölüşüp aytam sana. Ay bulbalan sırrın hiçbir canla bölüşüp aytam sana. Ay bulbulum, köngülü baktın başında. Ay bulbulum, köngülü baktın başında. Caner gidip sayrap kuvvat verip mukam önün attanda. Caner gidip sayrap kuvvat verip mukam önün attanda. Mukam önün attanda. Canır gidip sayrap kuvvat verip mukam önün attanda. Canır gidip sayrap kuvvat verip mukam önün attanda. Canır gidip sayrap kuvvat verip mukam önün attanda.
Kayın barbı, kırgız balta çappagan. Kırjon barbı, kırgız kırgın tappagan. Kılımdarga
At çapsam atmıktısın alыстapkan. Arçakta azamatlar kalıp çakkan. Sanaga çöküp ketip büt karanlık. Sanmattın dalaylardı alыс çaktan. Ey dolu kız, oy dolu kız. Doy boy senin neresine top jigitler aşık kız. Hayratın karderitti çıkır ondo. Acarın ayır kütötün kütodo. Örtönüp ketebirin bozulandar. Ey ısınıp çakındaşıp bir bolgondo. Ey dolu kız, oy dolu kız. Doy boy senin neresine top jigitler aşık kız. Çavandı kesip senin batırdın. Çavaldı kıla terdin batırdın. Koşulsan sağaşardı dayar elle. Koyçu bolup bir köngü makuldu. Ey dolu kız, oy dolu kız. Doy boy senin nelesine top jigitler aşık kız. Nerесine top jigitler aşıkmış. Doy boy senin neresine top jigitler aşıkmış.
Açılған ғанаң аппағы гүл көрсем оқшатып қоям өзіңің таңдағы атқан нұрға оқшап жал жаным жаралсаң керек мен үшін күттүрдің ғана менің гүл бақта бүгімді қалдым сен үшін жаңсасаң ұлы жақындап жал жалым қаншаға міндеп жүресің ама тоған абашыңы ядарчаң
Уважаемые гости, участники мероприятия, мы продолжаем региональный семинар на тему «Трансформация интеллектуальной собственности в действенный инструмент развития инновационной экономики», организованный Всемирной организацией интеллектуальной собственности в тесном сотрудничестве с Государственным агентством интеллектуальной собственности и инноваций при Кабинете министров Кыргызской Республики. А сейчас, уважаемые участники, позвольте следующее слово для презентации передать господину Ибрагимову Уктамджанову на тему стимулирования инновационной деятельности, реализации стратегических приоритетов. Передается нашим коллегам из Узбекистана, главному специалисту управления коммерциализации и развития трансфера технологий Агентства по инновационному развитию Республики Узбекистан. Пожалуйста.
Спасибо, уважаемые. Я бы хотел прежде всего поздравить наших коллег из Кыргызстана с юбилеем, юбилейной датой, и желаю им дальнейших благ, процветаний. Мы очень много сотрудничаем, то есть я имею в виду Узбекистан, с Кыргызпатентом. В свое время я тоже работал в патентном ведомстве, агентстве по интеллектуальной собственности Республики Узбекистан, и мы сотрудничали с нашими коллегами по охране и защите